Mommy made a mistake. She didn't want to eat.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhonda's Lovely Sparks. How are y'all doing today? I'm in Texas. Hey, Miss TR. Miss TR is going, hey, hello, everyone. I am pumped, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. Are you ready to see this? And I hope YouTube does not ding me for this. This is my prescription pill box. And I do 3 months. I organize 3 months of these. Pill box, this represents 2 weeks. This is morning and this is night. Then I'll take one, for example, I take one today, which I'm going to take right now because it's Thursday. It's all my morning pills for Thursday. This is Thursday right here. And this is the second week of the morning. This is 2 weeks for morning and 2 weeks for night. So it's 2 weeks. So I do 3 months worth of these in pill boxes. They're already pre-done. It helps me keep up with our pills and our vitamins. And this is my pill box because I have my name on it, Rhonda. And I'm going to share with you in a minute also what kind of pills I have in here and how I pay for them. And this right here is the nighttime. So if I took one here for Thursday, then right here is Thursday night, right here. I'm going to share with you what's in my pill box. Shout out to Lola, hot sauce. And Michael Dana, yay, Michael Dana, what's up? Mike Aldana, good afternoon, Ron and everybody. Good afternoon, my beautiful friends, my family, my people, my people. Yeah, I have a lot to talk about. And I've admired people out there who are able to do content like are disciplined to do 15 minutes an hour. I don't put a time on it. I go, well, let me just go with my flow. Go with the chat flow, the flow of the chat, the natural flow of what I feel. I also scheduled, I'm going to be scheduling next week the Democrat National Convention. It's an all day event, which I've been doing my notes. And with that all day event, it starts at 7 in the morning. It's my notes I've been taking. It starts at 7 in the morning and it ends at 10 o'clock at night. Democrat Convention is Monday through Thursday next week. And it's scheduled Monday through Thursday from 7 in the morning to 10 o'clock at night. However, I am going to be live just for the main event, not for the breakfasts and the luncheons, the main event, which I did hear. Did you say Hubby's here, Hubby Andre's here, and Chocolate Chip uh, there, and all our cats, our fur baby family. Um, Hubby, did you say Beyonce might speak? Okay, so Hubby said Beyonce might speak there. I'm looking forward to that. It's great to see celebrities involved.
After that, sent you a paper.
It's nothing
Sent you a
wrong
text.
with people feeling excited. Cowboys signed 2 players finally. Yay! I watched one of Mark's lives earlier today. I was excited. I saw that there was a Giants. I think I saw one of his videos where he covered a guy from the Giants defense, 6'6", 340 pounds. let's talk about a little bit of Cowboys, and I'm gonna get off into this later. I just go with the flow of the chat room because it's my inspiration. You all are my muse, okay? The ones that are who are wearing the wrenches are my board members. They're the board members of our company, of our business, Rhonda Lovely Sparks. Thank you for so much for sending me emails of inspiration to Mike Aldana and Lola. You send me emails. Miss TR, she's in my head and my ear, and we chat and talk. Great inspiration in my life. I appreciate you all. Um, but we were talking about Cowboys, and you all who are not into NFL, get into NFL because if you like politics, politics is everything basically. And if you like NFL is political. Everything we do, everything we see, we watch, you sit on the chair, everything. Did you really do the research when you bought your chair? Who owns the political party? Who makes the chairs? I mean, everything is political. And to be honest with you, there's no avoiding it. Even if you live off the grid, there's still a certain amount of air that's purchased, that's owned, right? Believe it or not. Do you hear about Manhattan? Manhattan owns a certain percentage of height when it comes to the air, right, Andre? When it comes to from the very top of the building up to a certain amount of feet, they have to pay taxes. Who would ever thought that? And I got some magic marker on me because your girl been writing. I'm okay. I'm okay. So Michael Dan says those conventions are a bit draining, though. Just stick with the main speakers. Thank you, Mike. See how I get this advice and this support? Because I need it and I embrace it. And I just appreciate it so much. Mike Aldana, make sure I drink my water. Lola, make sure that people get email me and I email them and that I post certain things. I thank you all. Thank you for your support. I really feel y'all. I'm going to be on live for a lot. I'm going to be on live tonight. I heard there's an Eagles game. I got to have a watch party for that. I got to have a watch party. Of course, that's what it's about. This is a dream come true. But speaking about what Mike Aldana was saying about the Cowboys, what I wanted to say is that we can get frustrated with all the draft is not what we want it to be. This is not a dig or some shot at cowboy content creators. No, this has nothing to do with that whatsoever. They are, I would say, like Mark, he's the godfather of Cowboy Nation. These guys are amazing. I'm just sharing my position when it comes to just how I feel and just processing information and how I deal with the stress of sports and how I deal with anxiety it has nothing to do with what someone else is covering because I am a fan of these cowboy content creators. And Bad Dog, I like his style. He's a New York Giants. I don't watch him all the time, but I like his style. Philly 500, I like his style. I'm not an Eagles fan, but I like his style. When I say like his style, there are limits to that. I didn't like the voice and the just when you see people who are digging in for the cause of what they're passionate about, shout out to them. However, even though I feel cowboy content creators are the best. Oh yeah, I'm a Cowboys fan, and my hubby's a Giants fan. Shout out to Cowboy Nation. Um, so yeah, we get frustrated, we get upset when it comes to oh the draft was disappointing. Oh, anticipation. You know that song? Who was Anticipation by? Sly and the Family Stone? Was Ohio's, Commodores, Barkays. I think it's Barkays. You know that song back in the day? Anticipation? We come from a society today that we want information like right now because we have information at our fingertips. We can get answers, right? I remember I had to go to the library to get my dictionary and look up things, right? And then my mother finally bought, sets of Encyclopedia Britannica, and she bought things like that. So going through it really fast so I can get to my point that you notice with our games, NFL, let's talk about Cowboys. Let's talk about Cowboys, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the crazy ass things that we go through for our team. Let's talk about Cowboys. So we see day by day, we follow up because we're fans and we like listening and to what the updates are. And just a lot of times we're very impatient. But if you notice, all things just don't happen on draft day. That all things just don't happen, before the end, just before the NFL season, or just during the off season. Everything just doesn't happen while we're in the new season. Negotiations happen throughout the year. Money is fluid. It's fluid, baby. It's fluid. I used to think at a point that there were only designated times that the NFL can fire and hire. Not true. Cowboys have been making these decisions, and for me, I'm excited about the decisions that they've been making. I mean, it's not like we really have a choice in the matter, but it feels good to see that maybe there's some things that's probably working in our favor as fans, as investors in our team. We invest into the jerseys, we invest, love equity, cheer equity, voice equity, anger equity, all that. Michael Dan says the front office are a bunch of knuckle draggers when it comes to addressing teams' needs. They are. And like Mike Aldana said, the perfect word is knuckle draggers. Our nails in a chalkboard. You know that sound? What we feel as everyday people, every day, we're everyday people, everyday hardworking people. We understand the BS that the front office disses to us. And the BS is when they're using psychological propaganda, social propaganda, hypocrisy, and all this BS when it comes to managing employees, which are the players. And when they managing these employees, there's some unfairness, there's some emotional things that's going on that's affecting the game. The game. It affects the morale. It affects the morale. These play calls, this management, breathing on the necks of players and just doing some extreme things that's elfing the morale of a player. Removing Zeke. I understand, okay, Zeke had options. The point is, we can kind of read between the lines. And usually, our reading between the lines were pretty accurate. So we have to trust our voices. Cowboys are not the only people going through this BS, but I like talking about Cowboys. It's it's creating burnout. It's a whole higher level of stress. And when we really need, we've been preaching and crying and screaming and yelling and pulling our hair out that Dak needs the guns. Oh, we have, the running, we have a weak running game. Oh, we have a week this and a week that, and offense and defense and breaking, breaking these pieces down like a billion pieces of broken glass in the grass that you could never find to put it all back together for it to fit like it needs to. That is the management of the Dallas Cowboys. These billions of broken pieces of glass that's in the grass, and we're leaving up to the fans and the players, because we support our players more than the management, trying to find all these pieces to put that puzzle together. And no matter what, you can't find all the pieces. So, what does your puzzle look like?
You clean your old house for $19.
Incomplete. I did a search too and found out they don't even service our area.
Mm.
So, you know me, y'all, I got to talk about my Cowboys. I follow the flow of my chat, the chat room of my friends in the chat, because you are my muse. You inspire me. So that's true. Mike Aldana said the front office are a bunch of knuckle draggers when it comes to addressing teams' needs. We ordinary people, ordinary, everyday, hardworking people, we know what you're doing. That means the Cowboys front office. But with all this procrastination and all this knuckle dragging, quote unquote, Mike Aldana, knuckle dragging, that somehow we fans are able to find a spark in some of the things that the management does. We end up getting a spark, like, whew, we can sigh, we can exhale, we can have a, we've been waiting to exhale. Sometimes we have those moments. And that's why we hang around, because we do believe that something's going to come out in our favor. And it does. So, really glad about that. What Michael Dana said, that those conversations are a bit draining, though. Just stick with the main speakers. So, okay, we're talking about DNC now. Let's get on back to the DNC. So, the main speakers will be speaking 5:30. Like my daughter says, how she talks about how people talk in my hometown. 5:30. Check out the replay. It's the thumbnail with my daughter, with my granddaughter and my husband. We're in the swimming pool. And my daughter calls, and my grandson calls, and my daughter talks to me. And she goes, she mimics how people talk. And it's true. It's true. I'm a breath of fresh air, y'all. People, I don't think it's complimentary really, but they'll say, "Oh, you're not from here, are you?" Sometimes I can't help but to think inside my head, like, "Oh, well, there they go. There you go. Okay, what? Because I'm black." Yeah, right? Oh, I supposed to speak a certain way? Am I supposed to speak like that? Or am I supposed to go do 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 do? I mean, yeah, I rode I got off the watermelon truck. I don't know if y'all country folks know what that means. That means I got off the watermelon truck. That means the watermelon truck was on its way to the field to work. I chose to get off the watermelon truck to go to school. That's what that means. That goes way back, way back, way, way, way back. I got off the watermelon truck. I went to school, got me some education. Yes, I did.
Yeah, I'll go take me a nap.
Okay, I love you, baby. So let me move this around so my baby won't be on the cam.
I don't have to go like this.
Uh, get out of here. Don't scare me, please. I love you, honey. Sweet dreams. So hubby gets up very, very early in the morning, and then he gets his nap because we have an Eagles game to watch tonight. We want to watch the Eagles lose. um, Democrat National Convention. Your girl is so hyped because I just got through seeing some great speakers. I believe it was in Maryland. I see a great potential Democrat uh, presidential candidate for the future. This tall, medium brown Hershey's choc. He's not chocolate. He's Hershey's latte. Not that I'm lusting for him. I'm just love giving compliments where compliments are due. If the guy is cute, he's cute. I have no insecurities. If a woman is fine, then she's fine. She's beautiful. I believe in giving compliments. It's my life. My mother would say, I use the two lungs for which I breathe. That means I could do what I want. That's what she meant when she said that. So I've been watching that. I'm going to share a little bit about what's in my prescription box. Michael said it's going to be in Chi-Town, Chicago. It's going to be in Chicago. I did a thumbnail. I scheduled the first event for the Democrat National Convention watch party for Monday. It's going to be Monday through Thursday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And I am going to schedule from 5:30 Eastern Standard Time to 10 p.m. Your girl, Rhonda's Lovely Sparks, is going to be so busy next week because that's the dream of my channel. Nothing else changes. Movies, night parties are still going to be in it. Okay? Congratulations to everybody out there for helping me get 20,000 watch time hours. 20,000 watch time hours this year. May was my biggest month. Thank you. I really appreciate you all. I post from time to time analytics, let you see my reward, my award, letting you see how I'm awarded through IQ that I am subscribed to. Thanks to members, I am able to invest. Thanks to members and super chats, I'm able to afford these monthly subscriptions. And trust me, I work very hard in getting discounts. I work on getting my senior discounts. I work on getting working out my pricing. I don't go just jump and get the pricing that's in my face. I was tell them, hey, I can't afford this. Do you have any promotions on hand? Do you have any promotions? Do you have some discounts? I can't afford it. I want to subscribe. I want to receive this, but it's too expensive. I do that. It's true. When you can be honest, it's all good. And stay tuned because I'm going to also be giving some information from Biden and Harris's fact sheet when it comes to the new prescription drug plan, the economy plan, these things that they have signed into, and how this has affected my personal pocket. And hubby drives to Texarkana to pick up a prescription that is affordable for me that I have to have. So stay around, stay tuned. I got a lot to share with you. And about movies and about watch parties and about book. I got lots. I love you all. Again, I'm going to be live tonight to watch the NFL. We're going to have a watch party. Um, so Monday, Democrat National Convention scheduled 5:30 to 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 4:30 Central Standard Time, 2:30 Pacific Standard Time. And so I have this written down because I'm going to post a schedule on my description so people can see the time zones, the times that reflects their time zone. Sometimes CDT confuses me because CDT, Central Daylight Time, is the same as EST, Eastern Standard Time. I thought CDT reflected CST. No, it doesn't. I'm 1 year old today. I'm 1 year old today. Michael Dennis says, congratulations. Thank you, my love. That's why I let people know that you all have contributed to that. I always give you the honest truth about my progress report. And I am thriving. And what we find out, I've lost some subscribers. I'm okay with that. I rather be able to have 5 friends. I'd rather have on one hand 5 people that I could say are my true friends than have a million that are suspect, that are snooping, that are taking information and getting my ideas. It's free. You can have it. I have it set up for Creative Commons. I don't mind that at all. I don't mind it. I'm just saying the authenticity of friendships. I'd rather have 5 good ones than a million. So if I'm losing subscribers, I knew I would because I'm talking about it's about politics, baby. It's talking about you and me. It's talking about all this trifling. And shout out to Mike Aldana, Dark Brandon. Okay, Dark Brandon is our favorite. We have subscribed, and hubby doesn't subscribe to not many content. I mean, he's my husband is a minimalist when it comes to having a YouTube channel, to having his not YouTube channel, to being uh, uh, to have a YouTube, to be a member of YouTube. How you say it? Member? Just be signed into YouTube. Who has a YouTube account? He's a minimalist. And what that means is he does not subscribe to anybody except me. He better. He better. He subscribed to Dark Brandon. This man has been watching Dark Brandon most of the morning. It's 1:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm your girl, Rhonda's Lovely Sparks, and I'm from Texas. The reason why I always say I'm from Texas is for many reasons. I'm proud being a Texan, and I'm proud that there is going to be some juicy stuff happening that we're hearing about. Some Kamala Harris's dollars. A lot of her money is being invested here to help Democrats win campaigns, to help Beto O'Rourke. If y'all haven't heard about Beto O'Rourke, maybe you've been sleeping under a rock. And it's okay because I do too. I sleep under a rock. Beto O'Rourke. I'm sorry about I'm sorry, but the content is hilarious. It really is. Oh my god, it's like whoever is owns this is really good, Mark, and you never have to apologize. I like people around me. You be proud and loud, okay? I love it because we truly love the content. It is hilarious and it plays on the psyche. It's like they have people who we know that are extremists, MAGA Republicans that has this image, right? I mean, it's the image of extremists. But what's coming out their mouth on most of his characters is liberal, which I love being a liberal. Uh-huh. It's liberal, like really good common sense, and it helps with your brain because you're like, I really don't see that person that he looks like sounding that intelligent. It's like, oh my brain, oh my brain, oh my brain. Oh my God, he's sounding intelligent. You know, the radio guy that got sued on a sadder note, by Sandy Hook, the parents there, and he lost. He's really way out there. Sometimes I don't like saying their names, but if y'all come up with the name, I'll say it. Ain't nobody trying to like save anybody over here, especially. So yeah, I lost a lot of subscribers. I'm okay with that because you know what? I am a proud Democrat. I'm confident about what I believe in. I'm confident with how I feel. And I'm confident that I can speak on politics without sounding like an extremist nut, that I can tell the truth. I can have an opinion, and I don't have to, that I could put shade on something I disagree with and not be concerned about losing or gaining subscribers. I have respect, of course, for people who support different parties. I saw Captain Taki. Shout out to Captain Taki. I think he's a subscriber. Hello. I saw you. I saw Captain Taki. They had an extraordinary speech, I believe, in Maryland, where they're talking about this new economic prescription drug program plan and lowering the cost of prescription drugs. But it's a really great overall plan that helps us with a lot of things, which is like an injection in helping with our economy. It's just how it works. So I saw Captain Taki in the chat room that was on live ABC with Kamala, and the praises made for Harris praising the work of extraordinary President Biden, and the people out in the audience. If y'all missed it, check it out because it's really good. It's really good. Whether you're Republican or Democrat, if you are Republican, pay attention to the policies and things that are going on and educate yourself what's going on. Just don't depend on extremist people to lead you to the promised land. Why would you want to follow someone who is not being honest? I mean, don't you want to follow an honest Republican, someone who's representing your party, who's telling the truth? Why would you want to be comfortable with a lie? Why would you want to be comfortable with a lie? I understand there's a lot of weak people out there, and you want to be comfortable with the lie and believe in the lie versus versus the truth, which makes you feel uncomfortable. Is that anything different than our history? No, it's not. It's the same kind of ish. So Mike Aldana says half of the content does come from actual speeches and from other content creators with an animated version. Oh, that's cool. I tell you what, they're good. And you know what else I like, Mike? Going back to Dark Brandon, subscribe to them. It's on YouTube, it's a YouTube channel. And Mike, it's so amazing. I always put this on my lips because I'm not trying to impress anyone when I do this. I like how it makes me pop. It's self care because it has these great freaking moisturizers. And I can't even read who makes it. I gotta tell the truth. I gotta give credit to those. Um, it's called Blooming Rose. It's called Age Perfect 202. And I can't even read. And okay, it's a magnifying glass. I gotta have this. Okay, 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 okay. I gotta have it. I can't see where. I know y'all sitting there. What the hell? Okay, I can't see. Look at that. It's tiny. Y'all shouldn't expect me to read that. I mean, really? I can't see that. Even with glasses, I can't see it. Okay? Okay. So, even with glasses, I still can't read it. It's upside down. Let me turn it over. I want to give credit. I don't know if it's Revlon. Looks like Revlon, doesn't it? Okay, L'Oreal. Excuse me, it's not Revlon. Don't sue me. It's L'Oreal. This is L'Oreal. It's called Blooming Rose. It has a mixture of orange and red, like Marilyn Monroe. Her favorite was orange and red. And my sister-in-law also shipped me just this great little compact kit. It's a lip purse. It's so cute. And you press the button and it has these. So she sent me some vintage red and orange lipstick colors. It's, see that orange, that burnt, beautiful orange? You know, your girl got to always incorporate self care. Because I know when you're watching, you're like, what is she doing? It has moisturizers in it. I love the color and it makes me feel good and it just helps. It's just, you know how when you find something you want to stick to it? I stick to that. That's really feels great. So we're talking about Dark Brandon too. That hubby has been watching it, all of it, most of it. He's subscribed to it, and what I love about it that's so hilarious, right, Mike, is you could tell, you could tell the Democrat campaign money in the animation. You know, the campaign dollars, because every time there's this extremist person on the animation, there is always a counter advertisement in their background. So, for example, they have one that's called a hillbilly something, and the hat says "Make meth great again" on his hat. He's a drunk. He's got pink eyes. Okay, and he's talking very illiterate about what he supports to the person who's doing the interview. And in the back, there's an anti something in the background, like uh, Kamala 2024 Biden. You know, it's like some always an anti, and that tells you that the advertising dollars, because it really shows all this money coming into the Democrat Party, that people are like jumping off that cliff. They're jumping off the cliff. That's just an expression of what I'm talking about. Don't take that literally. It's an expression. Um, I think it was just pretty cool to watch that. And what I was saying about Democrat convention, you all tap and go in there and click that notify so you won't miss. I plan to have a definitely a watch party 4 days in a row of the DNC, just covering the main event, which starts about I'm gonna start at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. That will be and just I'm not to give you the times right now. Go to my YouTube and click that the MAGA art, the MAGA mark scan with Trump scanning. Is it Red Bull or something that? And he doesn't stop scanning. It's like, how many times is he going to ring this up? He's like stuck on stupid, and he keeps scanning and just and you hear the scanner going beep beep beep. And they have guess what, Mike? They have it where Trump is going. He's going when he talks. He goes and he talks, and he goes because he's got the nasal issue. Ooh, that's some good stuff. Yeah, the Mega Mart. That's so funny. So funny. So funny. So funny. Um, I know I have to get them moving with what I'm talking about too, but no, that's not has anything to do with what's going on in the chat. I'm just trying to think. I got a lot of great things happening. I'm not upset about it. I'm excited about it. So you all just chime in and do what you do because you know you chatting out there also helps with my analytics. The engaging, the you help with my inner spirit, analytical spirit. So thank you so much. Chocolate chip is behind me, over here, right there. It's chocolate chip, and there's Mothra. She's right here. She's right here. Um, so I wanted to chime into that, and I will, you know, follow your chat. I will follow your lead with the chat. So if you chat, you're good. Okay, you're not interfering or distracting me. So right now, your girl is taking. I'm taking my pills, and these are the pills that I take in the morning. I take a potassium. I take 2 metformins. I take a rosuvastatin, which is to treat diabetes. I take a glimepiride. I think glimepiride treats diabetes and helps with sugar levels. I take a hair, skin, and nail. I take forgot the other one. Water pill. And I take I can't remember that one. Cholesterol. It's cholesterol, lowering cholesterol, high blood pressure. You see a lot of pills in my hand, right? A lot of people, not a lot, but some who don't understand will freak out and go, oh my God, is she really, really sick? No, it doesn't mean that. For my health, I take these pills, and this is my day pills. I'm going to take them now. I take them because they help me. And I'll be telling you why I take them and where my health is today. I'm drinking my water. I'm taking my pills because I've already eaten something. I woke up late. It's my morning pills. I know it's 2 o'clock. They're talking about right here, Vance in 2020 on grandparents helping raise children. I don't know if y'all saw Vance. This potassium is hard to swallow. Ugh. It's a gigantic pill. For me, I call it gigantic. Okay. I already eat. I eat. Usually I take kefir and I take my vitamins, but I need to make some kefir tonight because kefir is what I will take instead of food. I still eat food. I eat a nice meal. Y'all see me eat. But this is my pill box. Now, quickly we'll say that I fill out 3 months worth, which is 90 days worth of pills. And my night pills, this is the morning and this is night. So what I take in the morning, then I'll take my night pill. And my night pill box has my cranberry vitamin, my hair, skin, and nail, and it has my 2 metformins. And I take 2 metformins in the morning and 2 at night. And what that means is it's all measured by potency. Everybody, pretty much most people are going to get difference in the potency, right? I am diagnosed diabetic. 2, not 1. 1 is where you have to get the injections, insulin injections. If you do insulin injections, please do it. Please take your prescription. Take your pills. If you're bipolar, take your pills. If whatever, just please take your pills. Right now, I've been on it for 4 years. I used to do injections for, but it's not insulin. It's a pill that helps me with controlling my sugar levels. And then Mike Aldan says J.D. Vance is turning into Trump's punching bag for real. Yeah, the college pictures of him cross-dressing. He was a wild college boy, wasn't it? Wasn't he wild? He was wild. People in his circle love it because they all are like that type. They like the hazing, and I'm not saying just Republicans. I said people in college, a lot of them. So these pills, I take cranberry. In the night pill, I also take a zinc. I take a vitamin C. I take a B12. That's a hair, skin, and nail, a zinc, a vitamin C, and a B12. Okay. So you'll see a lot of these pills are prescriptions, and most of them are vitamins. So I have the prescriptions helps me with my sugar levels. I've been on it for 4 years. The doctor says my sugar levels are doing so great that eventually she's going to start removing them. You can get a prescription that's more or like an organic prescription. People out there are afraid of prescriptions, and they do. It's a lot of myths out there about prescriptions, and they see the side effects and they get scared. When you get on it, learn about the prescription, learn about prescriptions, subscribe to AARP. Even if you're young, it has lots of great information about what vitamins and pills are about. Okay. And so you take the prescription, I do, to help me regulate my sugar levels, to help me survive, to help me get a boost in better health. My skin is flawless pretty much. My eyesight, I can see better. It's just with age that I can't see as well as I used to when I was younger. They're wider and they're clear. Oh, I take also a thyroid, levothyroxine, levothyroxine, or roxin. I take a thyroid in the morning. Oh, and also I do take hormones, estrogen and estradiol, doll, estradiol, and I take a progesterone. Okay. That's separate. I take that at night. I don't put it in my pill box. It's by my nightstand, by my bed, and that's for hormones. A lot of people don't understand that. When you take your hormone pills, it helps you regulate, it helps you bring back what you might have lost as you been living life when it comes to stress, when it comes to food toxins, when it comes to preservatives, when it comes to grief, all emotions, job, exhaustion, depression. Those things can just affect your health. It just makes you sick. So I've done studies with my health, and what I've learned is that when I take an estrogen as a woman, it helps me put back into my body what I have lost. It helps me regulate my female parts when it comes in your innards as female parts in your organs to maintain a healthy organs. It helps your mind. It helps replenish things that has really diminished in your thinking. It helps work well with your other pills and vitamins when it when you talk about the balance, the human balance. The way you are when you're younger, your health changes when you become a toddler. Your health changes when you become a teenager. Your health changes when you become 20s and 30s and every decade. And I'm 58. Well, it's not because I'm 58. Oh my God, she's taking all these pills. She's going to get sicker. She's going to die younger. No, as a matter of fact, it is extending my life because the blood work proves it. The blood work proves that my numbers are getting better, that my skin is getting better, that my memory is getting better. So, estrogen, Oprah has a really good Google her, Google hormones. Men need to do yours too. With my hubby, goes to the doctor. We also recommend, along with everything else on his blood work, that his hormone levels, they get blood work for his hormone, because a lot of men don't think, I don't need nothing. Get your hormones tested. Testosterone levels. If you have a very bad imbalanced hormonal level, it affects your health, your ability to think, your ability to remember. It affects your your mechanisms in your body. It affects uh, your mood. If you're got a bad attitude and you have anger issues, or you're impatient, or you have more anxiety, all those things, your hormones, when they are off, I try to time myself 60 seconds to talk about an item. When they are off, then you will find out that your motivation levels go down and depression goes up. It affects everything. So this is not all the pills. All of my pills get covered 100%. Only one doesn't, and I will tell you about that one in a minute. I am on Medicare. I am on Social Security. I have gotten on Social Security at a very young age. Why? Because since I was a child, I did a lot, too much work. Heavy lifting, you name it. My back, I can walk. I don't know if I might lose my ability to walk, but right now I'm still walking. My gait is a little off right now. I've been working on posture. I've been working on holding that neck up. I've sleep with a neck pillow. I've been doing some stretch exercises, and my next level in my YouTube channel that I will be taking you all walking with me so I can build my gait up. Gait, Gait, means how I walk, how I move when I walk. Do I have a little struggle? Do I have a little this and that? Walking is going to help me a lot. So I have some major back problems. That's why you see me doing a lot of content, because I have contributed to society. I have worked a hell of a lot in my lifetime. And I've worked so darn hard in my life that I am rewarded Social Security, because I have points to be eligible for what my income since I was 14. It proves it on socialsecurity.gov. Open you an online account, and read your Social Security benefits. Even if you're not on Social Security, if you've had a job, if you have a Social Security number, it tells you about how much you made that year. And I go way back when I was 14 years old, and I made $300 in 1 year. And I was so happy. And the first thing I bought was an Ebony magazine. I bought a McDonald's combo meal and some kind of black orange magazine with Michael Jackson that was in it. And then I filled up, I didn't fill up, a half a tank of gas. I mean, really, I didn't make that much. Not trained to be a switchboard operator the old fashioned way back in the day. I was 14. The lady I worked for, she had accounts like the government offices and stuff, and she taught me how to operate the old fashioned switchboard. So it shows my income. It shows your income. Open up your socialsecurity.gov. So since I've worked since I was 14 years old, I've been working my ass off. It's what makes me also eligible for Social Security because it translates into points. Social Security income is not Social Security disability, is what I have earned. If you look at your paycheck, look at SSDI or SS, and you will see that there's money taken out of your check for that. It's not a handout. And guess what, people? It's nothing wrong with someone giving you a hand. So let's get rid of that bullshit. Try not to cuss because I got a lot of commercials coming in. There's ads inserted into this. I don't need to cuss. I think I could express myself without cursing. I'm trying. So I'm eligible for it because just really messed up my back, my spine, no cartilage in those joints. I'm talking about all of that caused major, major problems. So let's say, thank goodness we do have a government that does respect the livelihood of people who have disabilities. I have a disability. I have a physical disability. As a matter of fact, probably all of us have physical disabilities. So I share this much information for you because a lot of people out there are not. How are people going to understand how things work if you can't be honest about it? I mean, how is this going to hurt me? To be honest with you about my business. Because a lot of my business, what I have learned through trial and error, is going to help somebody and it's going to encourage somebody. Like my girl, my bestie friend, one of them, Asia, who is getting counseling. That we've had subjects that were we not saying that I had everything to do with it. I don't. She's the one who's doing the hard work to walk in there. As a matter of fact, she's been getting counseling before she met me. So I'm not going to water down her efforts and plug my name in. No, she's doing the hard work to do this. It's okay to get counseling. It's okay to use your insurance. So I have Medicare. So with that Medicare, because of my United Healthcare prescription program, that I invest into an additional supplement. I'm just not settling for just Medicare because I'm on Social Security income. I have bought into a certified Social Security prescription health insurance supplement program authorized by the government to help me pay for prescriptions and some more out of pocket stuff. Medicare doesn't cover everything. So because I kind of misspoke on something earlier, the more I talk, the more I catch myself. So being a content creator, understand there's things I don't mean to say and there's things I do mean to say and things are in conflict because guess what? We're not robots here. So my United Healthcare that I chose that plan. You get to pick your options, and I pay a little extra out of my Social Security to pay for this plan, which supplements the Medicare. So it replaces the Medicare, but it's a Medicare program that has more benefits than just a plain simple Medicare program, which is good. So I have advanced my health care to something great. With the prescription program that I am paying into, it's not a handout. It pays 100%. And it pays 100% of my prescription. I will tell you in a minute how Biden's plan has helped me pay for a prescription that will end up costing me over $1,000 a month. We'll get to that. So my plan pays for these prescriptions, and I sign up for a 90-day supply. 90 days is zero cost. If I got prescriptions 30 day by 30 day by 30 day, I'll have to pay out of pocket. So when I sign up for 90 days, remember what I'm saying. 90 days is the mail-in program where they ship my prescriptions. It's cheaper. It's zero cost out of my pocket. So I get 90-day supply, and I'm so organized that I bought these extra nice little pill organizers, and I fill them up with 90 days in this. So I don't have to worry about doing this every week, every 2 weeks, every month. It's stressful. Fill this up. I choose a half a day, take me a couple of Tylenol, and fill these up. I also have a pain medication. I'll tell you about that. So Andre has one too, but he is on different things than I am. Our health is uniquely different. And I'm not going to talk about his today, his health. We're going to talk about mine. So I have 90 days worth of these filled. I'm giving advice and tips so you can go ahead and do that, and it will be no cost to you, mostly. Send me a message, comment, ask me questions, check out the replay, and I will tell you or at least give you some advice. But how I got here is because I study. I don't stress myself every day, but there are some times when I felt like it. I have to do my homework. I have to study. I have to put it aside. Don't look at it for like 3 months, but then eventually let that be a goal. Let that be a goal where I eventually will get to reading my business because it's your business. So Mike Aldana says, how much are you saving per month? Let me look up. I believe it's my cap is $50,000. So what is $50,000 divided by 12? Figure that out. Is that six? 6 times 12, 6, 7. How much is that per month? I deliberately don't want to think and use my brain because when I have a calculator, if you got a calculator, use your calculator. Okay, so let's do 50,000, just an estimate, divided by 12. We're looking about $4,000 a month savings. $4,000 a month savings. There's a cap. I'm nowhere close to retirement. 44 years old. If you have medical paperwork, I've always had a paper trail of my health struggles because they're real. And so I've had this paper trail, and I had no idea that I could be eligible for Social Security, disability. I had no idea. And so I got with a program that represents people who are trying to get on Social Security at zero cost to me. when they win your case, they get a small percentage, and you will get an amount of money rewarded to you that you've earned since the judge has determined the date of your disability. So if there's some back pay, you will get your back pay. And out of that back pay, a very small percentage will go to the attorney, which is my attorney that represented me. They're Social Security experts. I knew I got to a point where I couldn't sit up anymore in a chair. Like, when I was working in office jobs, you can end up getting a disability. People go, yeah, you just sitting in the air condition. Yeah, back problems. Yeah, shoulder problems. It can ruin your body. It can ruin your body. Over 30 something years, if I worked in office environment and I try to walk and do exercises and stretches and I went to the gym, still sitting in that position is very dangerous for your health. Period. And plus I had a second job, which was lifting bodies, doing nursing, home health care, and helping people change their clothes and bathe them and lift them. Even though I try to be very smart, if there was a lift, I'd use a lift to lift people. I try to use safety movements to turn over people in their beds, to change positions, to resituate them, to change them. I had um, my patients, my clients were of all mental medical situations. And so, even though I use lifts and I use safe ways of lifting people, I still had damage. So, with my two jobs, plus when I was working in an office environment a day where they didn't care about me, they just said, we got to move that furniture. You got to unload 50 cases of paper. You got to, when I worked at Arby's, there were 50-pound boxes of frozen uh, beef. People, a little bit more, employers are a little bit more today, more cognizant when it comes to making sure that the job you applied for, you do your job, protect yourself, don't do anything outside the job. They hire people who do shipping and receiving. They do the lifting, and companies, a lot of them will hire furniture movers to move furniture around the office. I did that before I had an employer that gave a blank about my health. I came out of homelessness and I wasn't going to tell my boss, oh, this paper's too heavy. I wasn't going to tell my boss, oh, I can't do that. My back hurts. I'm in survival mode. So I did the damage because I'm a country girl and I operated the tractors for years. Baling hay, bulldozing, bush hogging. That's what I did. Lifted heavy bags of feed. Yeah, it eventually will hurt your back. All of this combined together has done some major damage to my back. It's why you see me with pillows. I have my feet up, I have a recliner, and I rest my back to adapt and adjust and to buy me some time and pain management. So there's somewhere out there, if you have these problems, a lot of people are walking around and don't know that they can apply for Social Security, a benefit that you have invested in. I can't sit up for long. I can't walk for long, but I'm going to get up and try to walk what I can walk without hurting myself more and try to my best to avoid, I don't want back surgery ever. They do say never, but I don't want that. But I think since I've helped so many people, there are a type of devices on wheels that can help you, with posturing and balancing and walking. And if I have to use that, I'll use that when needed. I don't need it now, but if I need to use it, I will. So people don't know that you can apply for disability at a very young age if you have, of course, the medical records to support what is really going on. I remember the last few years, and breaking news, we have new charges in Matthew Perry case. I don't know if y'all heard about that. That I believe they're charging the drug dealers that sold him drugs was tainted drugs. Breaking news. Matthew Perry, on his case, rest his soul. He died of what they say an overdose, and look like they are probably or have making an arrest, and the people who sold him the drugs. All right, y'all drug dealers out there around the world, looks like you all can go to jail and get charged for contaminating the people that you're selling drugs to. So don't make that the answer to everything. Let's get you a job like I did. Might get back problems like I do, but my good old United States of America is helping me survive. I'm on a fixed income and I'm nowhere near rich, but I have um, downsized. I got a lot of more downsizing to go. I have a lot of decluttering to go. I have a lot of things I need to get rid of that I don't need anymore, that no longer gives me a spark. I need to give it away. Just give it away. And but we have downsized a lot and we're so happy for it. We live in an affordable area where it's affordable through income and it's nice. And it's not like when people go out there and say, oh, you're living in the ghetto. Ghetto, there are good ghettos and there are bad ghettos. And there is diamonds in the rough. And where I live, I have to say that I picked a place and an environment that's complimentary of me. And it's nice. And it has a swimming pool and a gym and a playground for the kids. I mean, I'm not going to pick a trashy place to live. That's going to affect my morale because I do have a strong sense of pride about myself. So I did share with you all that my talk is about a very intimate conversation about my pill box and how I got on it because so many people out there are not transparent enough about how, if you're going to, I have a YouTube channel. I'm not talking against other content creators. I'm just letting you know how I take ownership of mine. And the ownership that I take of mine is letting you know the truth about coming from me. So people go, well, that's how she's making it. That's how she's surviving. She's not lazy. And even if people out there, I had some troll come in my uh, live and went, look at you, fat, sitting on your ass. And then my great moderators just banned him permanently from my channel. Thank you. Because I sure ain't lazy. And if people choose to be lazy, it ain't my effing business. Because people are judging from the outside looking in, not knowing that people have disabilities, that there are veterans that drive Porsches, that have a right for their compensation, that there are people who really deserve food stamps, that my husband and I really deserve to get free food from a program that is to help us, that you can apply, and it's okay. And F everything else and F everybody else who is trying to put some shade on your life. Don't fall for that. Don't you dare. Life is not long, life is short. So there are programs that respect life. How about that? How about that? That we really appreciate the value of life, that we want to help people live as long as they can. And that's what my prescriptions do for me. I want to be a grandmother as long as I can, and I want to walk my grandchildren down that aisle. Please, God, have mercy on me. My worth is everything, and my husband understands my worth. I've given to others my whole life in a proud way, in a way in my heart and mind, in a way probably no one else thinks. I always believed that if I put the hard work in, that God will have mercy on me. And he does. And he continues to reward me with my disability. So I say, which is a good number to put out there, over probably $4,000. I think it's more because I didn't even include the other medication, which is called Jardiance. You know that commercial on TV when they're dancing and they're so happy? They're so happy. Trust me, I had a more happier attitude before Jardiance. So don't think Jardiance gave me that. Jardiance makes you happy because Jardiance, what that means is that it also helps with your gut health. So, what does Jardiance do? Let me read the facts and not just put out there the benefits. What This is what I take every night. It's in a pill form. My husband drives to Texarkana to get this for me. What does Jardiance do? What Jardiance does, get away from that. Talk to my cat. My cat wants me to fetch for her, so I did. Let's get to the facts because I could tell you what it does, but let's get to this. Jardiance reduces the risk of cardiovascular death and hospitalization for heart failure in adults with heart failure, when the heart cannot pump enough blood to the rest of your body. Jardiance reduces the risk of further worsening of kidney disease and ends stage kidney. Let me finish trying to read this. Okay, let's get back to this. It was kind of blocking me out. So my cat brings me back the fastener because she wants me to fetch it. You know, we have a fur baby families here. So she wants me to fetch this. So she brought it back and I have to throw it back for her, okay? Okay. Jardiance is a prescription that's used for reducing the risk of cardiovascular death and hospitalization. Now, this medication that's on the commercial costs thousands of dollars a month, at least $500 to $1,000 a month. And I will tell you how Biden's program is helping me afford this. Okay, I'm gonna get to that in a minute. I just gotta flow with how I can flow. Okay. Reduce the risk of cardiovascular death and hospitalization for heart failure in adults with heart failure when the heart cannot pump enough blood to the rest of your body. It has benefits for many things. So if you see them dancing on the commercial, what that means is that it's helping them with their heart, when you have more oxygen flow going to the brain. That means you can breathe better, your heart is healthier, right? It reduces the risk of further worsening of kidney disease, it ends stage kidney disease, death due to cardiovascular disease, and hospitalization in adults with chronic kidney disease. It reduces the risk of cardiovascular death in adults with type 2 diabetes who also have known cardiovascular disease. It lowers blood sugar along with diet and exercise in adults and children who are 10 years of age and older with type 2 diabetes. Jardiance is not for the use to lower blood sugar in people with type 1. It may increase the risk of diabetic ketoacidosis, increased ketones in the blood and urine. It has those side effects. It has side effects because you just have to drink lots of water. You have to get your rest. You have to eat healthy. Don't be drinking a lot of alcohol. You know what I'm saying? And so these places are not, these words and language is not to scare you. It's to let you know, it's let to really cover their ass. So it's called 1040B. Okay? 1040, B as in boy. It's a program that Biden has signed in as an executive order because there's a Republican Congress that are loyal oppositionists to anyone who is not a part of their party. How stupid does that sound, right? You're supposed to be for the people. Well, they're for their people. They're not for everybody, right? Okay. How does 1040B as in boy work? When you have a certain amount of income, if you're struggling and or if you just can't afford it, your primary care physician has the power to print a voucher, and you take that voucher that's used as cash and you take it to places that honors the 1040B, and some places Kroger's, Walgreens, Walmart. In our case, sometimes during the season, some pharmacies are not going to cover it, and you're going to run into that. So, my primary care physician, I asked him for help. I said, this place in Longview, Texas, which is miles from us, does not cover this anymore, which means, let's say the prescription is $1,000, Jardiance. It only cost me $30 out of pocket for 90 days. I can afford $10 a month. That's $30 for three months for a prescription that is valued at about $3,000 for 90 days. Why? What happened? How did you get this? Why? Let's start with this question and answer. Why? Why is it just, how did this program start? Let's go with that. Well, I did tell you, Joe Biden signed this into law for big pharmaceutical companies to demand that they incorporate a program for people like me, not because I'm black, not because I'm Social Security or disability or income, or I just can't plain afford it. That they're telling these big companies they're discriminating against people like me. And they're like, well, the rich people can't afford it. That's not fair, is it? Well, guess what? All the rest of us will just kill over and become unalived because we can't afford it. That happens a lot in this country. That happens a lot in this country. I have to fetch her fastener. She gets my cat gets the fastener. She brings it back. But I have to toss it for her. So what they're telling the pharmaceutical companies that you having a monopoly on something, you're making billions of dollars, and that's against the law for you to have so much a monopoly. So you can get sued, fined, and shut down. So you will have to comply to also provide for everybody who's eligible, because not because, oh, we're just going to cater to the wealthy, that we're going to cater to people, because health should not be a death sentence. Affording health, getting health care, to be able to afford it, to be able to not afford health care should not be your death sentence. So he signed something in law. Don't settle for what I'm saying. Look at Washington. Look at whitehouse.gov. And if you don't like the president and his website, just Google it, because there's a lot of Republicans that are on Obamacare, which is the Affordable Care Act, by the way. It's Obamacare. A lot of Republicans are signed up for that. And Trump is backtracking his language with the Affordable Care Act. He is not going to attack that anymore because it's factual. Google it. Don't Google it, ask Fox. You don't have to believe in me. But Trump has backpedaled recently on coming after the Affordable Care Act because his followers are signed up for the Affordable Care Act. Guess what? It's called Obamacare. Oh, don't want to say it's Obamacare. My cat brought it back, so I tossed it again. How many times have I tossed it? About 6 times. She goes and gets it. She jumps on the table and she brings it back to me. That's so cool. I have a cat that fetches. Okay, so I was talking about the 1040B. The doctor prints it, you take it. You take it to a place that honors the 1040B program. I've had it where Walmart doesn't cover it for now. The place in Longview, the compound pharmacy, Walgreens, Kroger's don't cover it. It gets moody. So we found out, my doctor helped me out. They said, this place in Texarkana covers it. It's over $1,000 out of pocket. You just pay $30 for a 90-day supply. My husband drives to Texarkana, which is about an hour or so drive, picks up my 90-day supply. The mood changes with the program. Sometimes, and it's not the program. The mood is this. Let me go back. The program is locked in stone for now, as long as Biden is in office. Whoever carries the stick into the new election, are you going to vote for someone who's going to cancel that program? Or are you going to vote for someone who's going to keep the program going? Does your life matter? Do you give a care about your life? I mean, Republicans are living off very well the Affordable Care Act, which is Obamacare. Do you value your life, or does party mean something more to you? I benefited from a few things when George Bush was in office. When there was Republicans in office, not much, but I benefited. And I would say it's probably because of a lot of Democrats who have these local positions have fought for that, not necessarily from that other position of the elephant position. So he takes the voucher, he gives it to them. My doctor actually wires the voucher to the pharmacy in Texarkana. My husband goes and picks it up and brings it back. Why do I take the medication? It helps regulate my sugar and helps me like just get better. There are people out there have to live off their medications. Hallelujah. Thumbs up. I pray for you. Continue taking them. Thank God that there are new medications that's coming out all the time. Biden Harris make first joint appearance since Biden dropped out to tout a $6 billion Medicare initiative. We have breaking news. Biden Harris, which I saw earlier, makes the first joint appearance since Biden dropped out to tout a $6 billion Medicare initiative. That's why I'm talking about this. It's why I have a live right now to tell you about how this plan is helping me now, or I would not be able to afford Jardiance. Jardiance, and this is not anything against rich people. I'm talking about my life has some value. And when I see someone else, if I see somebody out there is rich that can get Jardiance and I'm dying because I can't afford it and I'm dying, but someone is rich that can afford it, has an entitlement that is elite, but I have to die because I can't afford it. To me, that is not fair. To millions of others, that's not fair. I'm saying I want to live. I want to live. So I take Jardiance. And Jardiance helps me because you're saying, but Rhonda, you're already on rosuvastatin, you're on glimepiride, you're on metformin. Those don't work alone. A lot of people thinking that when they take those medications, I'm done, I'm good. I'm working on curing my problem. I'm working on fixing my problem. I'm working on getting better because I want to walk my grandson, my granddaughter down that aisle. I want to be I want to be that person that Cicely Tyson played in a role. In this role of this old woman that lived a long time and she outlived her great grandnephew because he got unalived by some mean people that don't like his complexion. The story of Jane Pittman. That's it. I want to live past Jane Pittman. I want to watch my grandbabies grow old. That's my dream. Just because someone got rich off of whatever they had to do, of stealing from poor folks, you know, these people sold their souls to the devil, a lot of them, to get rich. And you can get Jardiance, but I can't because I'm broke, because I'm considered as in poverty. So that's how I'm on Jardiance. And that's why I can afford it. It's $10 a month. I get a 90-day supply because we're not going to drive. I can get $10, 30-day supply. We can't afford to drive to Texarkana that often. Let's do 90 days. The voucher covers it. So I gave you a lot of my personal business out because I know what I say is going to help somebody who really feels that they probably are not going to be eligible, that they can't get help. You know how many people I talk to? She fetched it. She brought it back to me. Okay, ready? I'm throwing it to the cat. She goes and gets it. She brings it back. Is that not cool? Um, so I can't talk about my whole life in just a short period of time I have. I plan to have a YouTube channel for a very long time, so I'll be back to talk about it some more. But basically, I want to share with you what's in my pill box. And so by my nightstand, I have Jardiance because I take that when I go to bed at night, and I have my hormones, which is estradiol and a progesterone. She brought it again, so I toss it to her. My cats are so smart. Um, Breaking news: Biden Harris makes first joint appearance since Biden dropped out to tout a $6 billion Medicare initiative. Who doesn't need the help? Lola, hey Lola Cowboys. Hi. Hello, Lola. Hots. Hots. Lola's in the house, everybody. Pay attention. Don't sleep on that. Don't sleep on it. $6 billion Medicare. So a lot of people go, oh, I'm so young. I don't need to worry about that. Yes, you do. I've been here just listening. Okay, Lola. Hi, Lola. That's so cool. Lola says she's been here listening. Thank you for your inspiration. And then I got to also work on. I'm still here. Thank you, Michael. Dana. Bam. Fist bump. Bam. Thank you all so much. When you all are here, quickly I'll say, when you all are here, it helps with my analytics, and how that helps. It not necessarily do I need a bunch of subscribers to be relevant. The facts are my analytics, which is my views, my engaging. Yeah, we're talking about them tacos. Did you go to Bira? It's called Bira Tacos. It's the engagement. It's my community tab. It's people chatting with me. Doesn't matter if I don't have 1,000 people in the chat room. If they see the engaging, if they see the views, if they see what happens when they see this, then what they do, they take that, the analytics, and they put it out there, my videos, my content out there for more people to see, which inspires people to subscribe. And I share with people who are sitting in the cut, because I always say there's people sitting in the cut. Like you might see on your computer right now 2 views and 3 thumbs up. And then when I sign off, guess what? You will see 28 to 30 something views. Sometimes it doesn't show. Uh-oh, my cat stepped on a key. Sometimes it's not going to show all my analytic numbers just when I'm live. My guidance says, I'll do that tomorrow. I need to let my body rest. So you need to let your body rest. Are you off? And have you been working a lot? Obviously, you got maybe back problems, Mike, from your job. Hmm. So I say that because I care. I say that because I can read between the line. I used to help people with Texas Rehabilitation Commission. I used to work for the government too. And I also help people, provide them vocational rehabilitation. And vocational rehabilitation was the division. Texas Rehab has several divisions. The division I worked for was helping people, yeah, just sore and stiff. Yeah, that's what happened to me for years because I worked and did so much lifting and stuff that. And don't be afraid. You know that your body will start sending some messages to you, because people like me, like you, we're like, oh, I don't want to get on Social Security. I don't want to do this. I don't do that. If it's something you have earned and your body is very sick, you just want to live the rest of your happy life. Because guess what? Obviously, these programs are about extending your life. We value life. We value your life. So, let me know. You could always send me an email and we could chat about it. If y'all want to chat more about it on a personal level, send me an email and I will chat with you on a personal level. So, because of your privacy, I respect that. So, I share with people a lot of my personal business because a lot of people Social Security won't answer a lot of your questions because they are not supposed to sell the program. And what that means is that they have a lot of information out there that could help you, a lot of programs that can help you, but they can't say a darn thing about it. You have to ask. You have to ask. And that's why when you talk to people, ask. Even if you might think this sounds stupid, they're going to say no, or I already know the answer. No, you don't. You don't know what kind of new laws came out. No one really knew about Biden's new executive order that he put out for the 1040B because no one's talking about it. Hello, Miss TR. Miss TR says she's sitting in the cut. Howdy, howdy, howdy. If y'all sitting in the cut, if you don't know who Rhonda's Lovely Sparks is, I'm Rhonda, and I'm transparent. That's right, I'm transparent. Um, so Mike Aldaden says, I just sore and stiff, and I usually need a day away from work for my body to recover. Yeah. And then also, what happens, just to let you know too, out of love for my brother, because you got love for me, you always telling me to drink my water, and you say, Rhonda, did you drink your water? I go, no. Okay, I'll drink it now. Thank you. But giving you some love, right, Mike? So when your body's telling you something, it's telling you something's wrong. You know, not saying that, out there, people saying they're being shamed so much. Oh, you're bad, you're lazy, and all that. No, I mean, you're doing a lot of work. So the body breaks down. And sometimes, for I had to be away from my family to to go through dreams. I end up dreaming so much stuff now, which is like some stuff that goes, aha. And when I dream, I end up finding out, oh, this came from when I was a child. As I was growing older, my disability just didn't start 5 years ago or because I'm getting older. I put the stress and the strain on my body since I was a kid. Sometimes we have to kind of take time to think a little deeper and understand, when did this start? Because the Republicans had us so scared about pre-existing conditions. Remember when pre-existing conditions wasn't covered, and good old Hillary Clinton, that people claim they don't like, Hillary Clinton got him. Was back then when Bill Clinton was the president. She is still the wife, but she had a lot of important roles, right? And one of her jobs, which was unheard of the wife of a president, they supposed to look pretty and shut up and decorate the White House. Hillary worked as a first wife, and she helped pass a lot of things, including pre-existing conditions. Remember when you were too scared to tell the doctor, yeah, this happened back in 19 when I had my first child in the 1970s, and the doctor injected this injection in my bones in my bone instead of my muscle, and I have a limp from that. No one said that, right? Because pre-existing conditions used to not be covered. So now people say, yeah, it did happen back then, even though there are some current things that have happened today that has also contributed. But Republicans are threatening the pre-existing conditions because the insurance companies that they are board members of, that they have invested in, will lose profit from the top. I'm not saying anything different to those who know already in the chat room. But to those who are sitting in the cut, who don't want to be visible, but you're sitting in the cut, I'm telling you the truth. I'm not trying to fight for a Democrat Party, even though I'm voting for Kamala and I've been a Democrat my whole life. And I don't plan to change it anytime soon. So Mike Aldana says, I had a family friend whose son was denied health insurance because of pre-existing condition. And Miss TR says many people weren't covered, like asthma, exactly. Many kids weren't covered and they had mental health problems. But because they were a child, they were saying, ain't nothing wrong with you. You'll grow out of it. When you got kids who are thinking about unaliving themselves and they have a diagnosis of ADD, of learning disabilities, of bipolar, of uh, OCD, over compulsive disorder. Oh well, we can't cover that. They're young. They're going to grow out of it. So when they're really saying because you're young and you can't afford great doctors and medications, then that percentage will become unalive and it will help their pocket. Because did you know that if you have a social security number, did you know that your United States of America has an insurance policy on you? Do you know when you earn your angel wings, did you know that this country has a life insurance policy on you and that they get paid when you earn your angel wings? A lot of people know, but they don't think about that. So what that means is that this country profits off of death. Certain words I do have to be sensitive with. That's why I say angel wings. People who earn their angel wings. They profit and it's a business. And it's unfortunate. But my question would be, what party speaks to you? Is it the party, and I'm just saying it, is it the Republican Party that uses death as a profit to screw you over? Or do you want to be for a party that's touting or that's going to invest $6 billion? Kamala and Biden. Biden is the president, everybody. He's passing an advanced plan, health care prescription drug plan to help you afford prescriptions from pharmaceutical companies that have been catering to the wealthy only. I used to try to, I'm neutral when I speak about politics. When it comes to not, when it comes to, let's start back over, erase that. I am an intellectual woman who can speak about politics. I am in a decent way where it doesn't give you anxiety. I bring people together. If you have anxiety, then you got to look in the mirror. If you have anxiety about what I'm talking about, then look in the mirror and see and check out. Ask yourself who you're voting for, because maybe you believe so much in the people who's running in office, who you're voting for, is not doing the ish that I'm saying, and that you're probably so caught up in the lies. So Mike Aldana says, yet he was entering the workforce just out of college. Yet he was entering the workforce just out of college. Okay, let me go back. Okay, you all been writing in there. Miss TR says people don't need that asthma. People don't read. Miss TR says people don't read that asthma is a big deal. Lack of oxygen can cause delays in learning. Yes. Mike Aldana says a physical injury which was fixed with corrective surgery under his parents' insurance. Mike Aldana said he had a family friend whose son was denied health insurance because of a pre-existing condition, a physical injury which was fixed with corrective surgery. his parents under his parents' insurance. Yet he was entering the workforce just out of college. Did y'all know? Are you ready to hear this? Are you ready to hear it? Did you know there are cheerleaders who are covered that are getting Social Security disability? Think about that. Let me set that on the table. Let me set that over there by chocolate chip. Think about that. Are you ready to hear this? I'm not through. It's going to get spicier. This is some transparency is going to blow your mind. Do you know how a lot of people who feel entitled that because they're wealthy, do you know how a lot of people are getting their college education paid for? When they sign up their cheerleader child, I'm not saying all cheerleaders don't have justification. Yeah, they get injuries. They get injured. That's legit. People in sports, those kids in sports, you have a right to apply for the program. I'm not downing that. The shock value comes where the program is being taken advantage because the state will pay for vocational rehab, which means a part of your fees, your tuition fees, your gas, your education, your books, your college tuition. If you apply for disability, then the state pays for it. Your education. It's okay. It's fair, it's decent. But there is a lot of people who are not doing right. They're using it because they feel entitled. So they're applying for the services to pay for their entitlement, their entitled kids' education. They're licensed to be a welder, beautician. I'm not saying the ones who deserves it, but I'm saying people who are taking advantage and having the state to pay for their their kids' college education because they don't want to pay out of their pocket. And they have doctors to write up things that can lie about their child's disability so they don't have to pay as much because they feel entitled. I'm rich. The government owes me when they only pay the wealthy only paid like 8.2% taxes. And do you know how we are taxed like 30 something percent? 38% of us broke folks hard working paycheck to paycheck. 30 something percent of taxes, and you have the wealthy only pay 8 point maybe 25%. Don't sleep on it. What politician? No one said have a slumber party. No one said share panties or underwear. Let's do a draw exchange. No one didn't say share effing toothbrushes. No one didn't say you got to share the comb. Just look at some policies and check out the policies and see which president speaks your language and which one is a good fit for you, is a better fit. I'm telling you, if you want to be sitting in the cut and you chewing on tobacco and you spitting in a spittoon can and you bitter and you upset about what I'm saying, and why are you watching me? Because you know I'm right. My cats are startled. So That's my spark. I just looked up because I saw some news about Governor Gretchen Whitmer's advice to Vice President Harris on how to take down Trump ahead of the election. So I always read to you about what I'm talking about. I am 1 hour, 54 minutes. I'm going to go 3 more minutes to my live. Don't sign out, stay, because when you leave early, my analytics goes to zero when you leave, and it tells the analytics, oh, someone left because they don't like you. And then guess what? I'm pushed to the back of the line. When you stay to the very end and my analytics at least stays stable or it goes up, then it tells the analytics, let me keep pushing your girl's content out. Let's keep pushing your girl's content. So Mike Aldan says that's the risk of doing so filing, risk of uh, doing so, filing for Social Security. But they'll look for loopholes around to not pay for any of it. Yeah. And then what you do, you get a Social Security attorney. This attorney works through a grant that I'm so fortunate to have where I live. It's through a grant. Maybe someone passed away and donated a lot of money to keep this place open that helps you apply for Social Security, and it's legal. You go before a judge. You go through having. I mean, they're going to tell you if you're not eligible. They'll tell you if you're not. Don't let anybody get it twisted out there and say, "Oh, you're doing some legal shit." No, it's not. You justify, and your attorney represents you, which is attorney who specializes in Social Security. No, it's not a accident injury lawyer. It is a Social Security attorney where you don't pay out of pocket. And you know who referred me to them? A childhood friend of my daughter who is a who has a master's in psychology, who helps people like me. And she told me about it. So all I needed to do was call that number. Hey, Eric Wallace, what's up? When I give you a phone number, please follow through, because she gave me a phone number and I dialed it. And I had doubts and I was scared. I was like, no way in hell, I'm too young. Well, it tells you how serious my health is. Sometimes we have very, very serious health that we are in denial because we have people around us that are called zombies. They're shamers, and they're making you feel really bad that if you don't work yourself till you die, if you get government assistance, then you're trash. That is not true. That is not true. Mike Aldan says, I was referring to those who are entitled who take advantage of the system. Exactly, Mike. Mike says, that's the risk of doing so. Right. But they look for loopholes around to not pay for any of it. Exactly. And says, because, Mike Aldan says, because they do that, is he was referring to those who are entitled who take advantage of the system. And then Eric Wallace says, not much here, just riding the bus home from work. Hello, Eric. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You know, I got to sing to y'all. You make me happy. I know my husband goes, that song, because I sing it a lot, because I would sing it to my grandson when he was in the hospital, when he was in an induced coma. So it means something dear to me. And I'm going to sing it to you, okay? And the meaning of it is very sad, the real meaning, but it's beautiful, right? It was written for this woman who was a light-skinned woman in Texas, and this white chocolate This white sexual chocolates guy was in love with a light skinned black woman in Texas. And this song was inspired by him singing this to her because she was on her deathbed. And a lot of people didn't know that. She was sick and dying. Any Stevie Wonder, what's up? What's up? Any Stevie Wonder, what's up? And you see, it's a folk song. It's been around a long, long time. You are my, and I changed the rendition of it. I don't sing it uh, the other way. I sing it my way. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine, yes. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you, please. Don't take my sunshine away. Please don't take my sunshine away. I sung that because I don't want anybody to take your sunshine away, right? Vote, register. My hubby said they're dropping people off the voting scrolls just because voting rolls, just because you have a voting card, election card, vote card, whatever you call it, doesn't mean you're safe. You have to check online, just Google it, check online and make sure you're there on the voting rolls because they've been dropping people off. And too many times, people like me, people like you, you show up and you get ready to vote, and guess what happens? Your sir, ma'am, your name is not on there, then you want to fight because something you didn't respond to, which they tell you do it in 30 days. And because they conveniently didn't send you a letter, you didn't get it. And then guess what? You can't vote. So having a voting card today is not enough. Do you know when I go vote, I bring my passport and my birth certificate just in case them MFers want to F with me? I'm in Texas. Does that say anything? So y'all do that. On that note, I'll be back tonight. Don't leave. Stay. I'll be back tonight, 2 hours into Rhonda's Lovely Sparks Live. I love you all. I'll be back tonight having a watch party to watch the Eagles game. And, you all stay optimistic. Vote for who speaks to your heart. Please vote. This matters. I'm voting for Kamala. I'm voting for Kamala. Don't get bitter and mad out there if you're Republican. Do something about it. Become and then Mike Aldana says, please register. You got still time. You got still time. Me and my hubby, we're going to be live when we go vote. We're going to show you. We're going to get that little sticker that says voted. Proud voter. Y'all vote. I love you all, and I'll be back soon.